Hello, everybody.
Mm,
How you all doing?
we're back.
Hi.
The hype is real,
How you all
apparently.
doing?
Very
We're
real.
It
back.
is, hopefully.
We're not playing Spyro. I have changed the tags now.
Nice.
Oh,
Welcome back to our game of Monster Hearts. Let's go quickly around and introduce ourselves and like one sentence. What character, the character name, and pronouns and stuff. And the playbook or skin that you're going by. And then I'll lead us into our actual play. You want to go first? Mikael.
Sure. My name is Mikael. My pronouns are they, them. And I am playing Robin the Mortal. He, him. So that's all the pronouns for today. Yeah. Short enough.
Yeah, perfect. Charlie?
My name is Charlie, she, her. I am playing Kaylee, also she, her, the ghost today. Very excited.
And our gracious host, this is her channel, Sophie.
Hey. Hey, I'm Sophie, she, her, and I'm playing Tress, the witch, also she, her. And it's going to be fun. I've got so many hearts to break.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking. I'm just like, so many.
And I'm Matthias. I'll be your MC. My pronouns are he, him. And we're playing Monster Hearts, which is a game about teenage monsters, quite literally, but also figuratively. We discussed what the concept of the aim is of the game, so check out last episode. That has a long intro about all of that. But just as a reminder, couple of content notes here, right? This game can go to some dark places in terms of consent, in terms of shame, self-harm. We don't know all of the prior places this will go because we're playing to find out. And for that we also have some safety tools that we're using. Like we've got lines and veils set up for us in the background, but more specifically during the game, if something comes up that goes in a direction we're not comfortable or with having in the game, anyone can X-card that. So either go like that, write an X-card in chat. We even have like a button that you can press, or just say, I want to X-card that. No explanation required. We go back a bit, reroute, and take the narrative in a different direction. We're also using the N card. This is for when we might be approaching something that's off limits to us, just to warn for everyone to be, hey, let's take it a little slower, please. And the O card, because the game can go in uncomfortable places, but sometimes we want that, and we're enjoying the actual emotional strain it puts on us, and we want to explore those dark places. If we do that, or if we feel we're going that direction, but we want to encourage or continue that, we can O-card this or like go like that. So this is especially for situations when someone actually is feeling or looking and feeling distressed, but is in a place where they want to go and continue on. That's where it's very useful. And also as like an inquiry, like, I'm going to be doing this now, right? So we can use that as a communication tool. Aside from that, we have a shared agenda for this game, which we're all trying to make true, and should keep that in mind. and that is make each main character's life not boring, keep the story feral, say what the rules demand, and say what honesty demands. All right, so that's our little preamble here. I think as we open up on on darkness, and what we get is a very faint, slow, first seems like a rasping for breath, then it's like someone trying to breathe and they can't, and we feel this tension, and we hear like someone trying to breathe in but they can't breathe in, and that's when you open your eyes, Kaylee. Were you dreaming? Who knows? You're staring at the ceiling above your bed in your room. The house is quiet. Nothing much seems to be going on. But were you remembering something? You don't know. Does your alarm clock still go off in the morning? Is it like set to work days at a specific time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's the first thing that actually happens as you lie there.
And it's set to like the local radio station.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to like a beeping, because that would like jar her awake, and she didn't like that. She liked waking up to the sound of people's voices.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the local radio station, and they're probably just talking nonsense.
About the weather, like there's not much downcast expected today, but heavy fog in the morning as continues throughout the day and might brighten up a little bit in the afternoon. That's what you're getting there.
And I think she lays there for a while just listening and staring at her ceiling and letting the feelings of the dream or the memories or whatever it was just like wash away from her until she actively gets annoyed with something someone on the radio said. And then she'll kind of flip her legs out of the bed, and the rest of her kind of follows, and she'll go and get dressed for the day.
Yeah, and like as you get dressed and head downstairs, I assume you do like the routine walk to the kitchen as the first thing after having been to the bathroom and getting dressed, like grabbing your bag.
Yeah, her phone actually charges in the kitchen. For some reason, it was like a weird rule her parents had. Like the phone went on charge in the kitchen overnight, so she couldn't be having it like really late to like text or like check her messages and stuff. So like on her way out, she always like grabs the phone, unplugs it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when she gets to check her messages in the morning to see if anyone's messaged. They don't usually message, but sometimes there's an update from someone.
Do you grab something out of the fridge, or do you just sit down at the table?
I think
table.
there's like this fruit bowl that her mom usually keeps stocked with like just like bananas and apples and that sort of thing, and like she'll take something out of that. But she's not like a big breakfast person.
Okay.
She might take like the milk bottle from the fridge and like just take a drink from that, or a glass of water if she's thirsty.
Here's a question for the other two. As we follow Kaylee through her morning routine in this house, I'd like you to tell me one thing that we like a detail in the house that we notice that kind of shows us that like the occupants of this house aren't actually here for a while, like they've left a while ago or something like that. Like apparently, except for Kaylee, the house is empty. Like the way you would leave your house if you're like going on a long vacation, right? And for you, Kaylee, I'd like to know one thing that your mother had pinned with like a magnet to the refrigerator. Something of yours from like when you were a child that she's always like refused to take down. That's still hanging there.
It would have been a picture that she drew. It was just like a stick figure with like this giant oversized shell. Because when she was, I don't know, 6 or 7, she went down to the beach and they had a picnic and she found this huge shell. And for some reason that had just been something that had been really important to her when she was 6 or 7. And so she'd drawn a picture of it. It maybe even been for like a school project, because you know how, well, you're on summer holidays, they always want you to do something and you keep like a diary or something what you do. So that was maybe like part of that project.
Nice. So, Mikhail, do you have a detail that we might have seen?
I think you noticed that there's quite a bit of like the like electrical appliances that are unplugged, like they are not they're off.
Yeah, like the microwave display is off. Yeah,
and I think also the fridge actually.
So I imagine she opens it up and she goes to get the milk bottle. And not only is the bottle still empty from yesterday, like the fridge isn't cold. And there's that kind of smell of like a fridge that hasn't been kept cold, and it's been cleaned out, but it's still like that vague.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have put there should have been put something in so it's not closed off, right? Like you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But that's maybe just lying on the floor, like half underneath the fridge.
Yeah, and the magnetic seal just took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the detail, Sophie?
I'm just thinking like about post. Maybe they've my parents used to put like an empty waste bin around the post box, so then all the posts would just drop in the waste bin.
So that's what we see when as Kaylee came down from like the stairs. That's a thing that where we see like the entrance, right? Yeah, like you had to step over, and you subconsciously stepped over a pile of mail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Save it going everywhere.
And I think that is like you get that, and we end on the shot of your childhood's drawing of yourself with a shell, and then we get like the opening credits where we get like the flyover over the cliffs, and see that, and next as we like open up, we see like a way busier household we're in. Like someone's rushing into the kitchen, like grabbing some cereal, and then we see like in the background someone yelling upstairs, Tress, don't dally around, get your arse down here, unless you want to walk to school. And it's your oldest sister.
Oh god.
Who has a drive ahead of her, so she'll like drop you off at school and continue on. just like a tad too early, which is to be comfortable, right? Right? There's like this time frame where you usually arrive to school, which is like exactly inside 10 minutes or something. And you'll be arriving like, I don't know, another 10 minutes early, so it'll be a weird morning there or something like that, and you know already, but that's messing with your morning routine.
Yep. So she's trying to sit down and like do her makeup or something, and she's like, oh god, I'm gonna have to like skip contouring or something like that, like but yeah, in that situation I would usually like grab my bag and like put my contour in my bag. But yeah. Maybe something she'll do at break time in the school bathrooms or something. Yeah, she'll like yell to her sister like, I'm coming, like, you know, stop nagging. That usual sisterly love. Yeah, like run down the stairs to head on out.
And so like how's your home decorated and stuff, and is your mom there actually as well?
Yeah, I imagine she would like make like toast or bagels or something in the morning for.
Okay, so she's basically making the for all her girls so you're set. Here's your little lunch packet. Do you get lunch packets from your mom?
Yeah.
What's your mom called? I mean, you just call her mom, I guess, probably, right?
Yeah, I would call her mom, but like I imagine something like Loena.
Nice.
But yeah. Does she have an inkling of her daughter's powers, or?
No, I don't. She doesn't know.
Okay. So yeah, she's just like bustling around the kitchen, like chill.
And what's like I have a question for you and the other two as well for this scene, and it's basically for you, Tress. It's how can we tell that, or from what can we tell what the dynamic between the three sisters is like? That the dynamic that Loena, your mom, doesn't get at all. And from the other two, I want a detail each that shows us how the grandmother, even though she's not here and she's far away, is ever present in this house.
So the dynamic our mom doesn't see, so she doesn't see like the sisterly, like that's my toast kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that can be like the obvious thing, but there's something else happening, or maybe an exchange of words that's a thing that that goes completely over your mom's head.
So maybe like Kenza's trip is to do with something magical that perhaps mum doesn't know about. If she's driving off.
Like we're still in the kitchen and like you're bustling about, right? You're getting coffee.
But like maybe she's going to like a site of power, so like maybe she's even going to the Merry Maidens. And I can be like, oh, say hi to the maidens for me today. Or something like that. I don't know.
What does she do for work? Is she like, okay, is she actually like doing is your mom an academic actually and doing like archaeological studies?
Do you mean Kenza or?
No, your mom.
I thought Kenza was going for the drive.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Then I misunderstood you.
No, maybe maybe like Kenza's going for a drive to like a site of power like the Merry Maidens, and like maybe Tress says to her like, oh, say hi to the maidens sort of thing, like, and it completely goes over her mum's head because she's like, what on earth is she talking about? But maybe maybe Kenza has like a guise of she's a yoga instructor sort of thing, and she does yoga at all these weird places, but at the same time she's like drawing power or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Why would you be heading to a place of power? Like what? What's
I'm sure there's spells you could probably do with that. Like maybe siphon the power off into something. I don't know.
okay? Do you ever ask her why she needs to go there?
No, I feel like she's kind of like
she's not
never
telling
around.
you.
Like she's older than the rest of us, sort of thing.
Are you sure that Nessa doesn't know either, or are you trying to figure out what your sisters are doing?
I feel like Nessa is the middle child. She's like, I'm too cool to hang around my younger sister. So yeah, Trust probably doesn't.
You're kind
really...
of left in the dark by those two then.
Yeah,
like...
I feel like it's just because they're older and like I'm the youngest, and yeah. Older sisters don't tell their younger sisters anything.
Yeah, you still gotta prove yourself.
They're like, we'll tell you when you're older.
Yeah, well, Kenza's annoyed because she's now having to wait on you and this morning and
whoops.
So how is the grandmother ever present in this house without actually being here?
So one thing that happens at the turn of the season is she sends a wreath, like a handmade wreath that reflects whatever the season is, and it hangs on their front door. And she's always said like this is a way of protecting the house. And obviously it's almost like plays the role of like a shrine in a way to like the elements to protect the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's made by the grandmother, and it's got to be there. If it falls off, it has to be hung back up. And that's why there's the rule of like don't slam the front door in the house, because if it gets stuck down or broken, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. And she always knows if the door has been slammed.
Yeah,
and there's gonna be a call, like
a call or an email or
something. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think also there's like this there's this picture, like portrait, in the living room,
and it's way too big. Or
I mean, I think it's I don't imagine it being like the huge. I know which kind of portrait you're imagining. I don't think it's like that kind of huge family portrait, but it's definitely like the same kind of look. It's like the strict looking at you look.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like they're watching the living room.
Mm-hmm.
With it's like, you know how the old portraits are where they're not smiling.
Yeah.
Like that. It's a weird thing to have in the living room. It really looks like she's watching all the time. Maybe she is.
Yeah, and we're like going from those details to details as like then one of the girls is rushing through the shot again and stuff like that. Yeah, I like that.
I feel like today Kenza is going to slam that door. Once everyone is out and she can finally go, that door is going to be pulled a little bit too roughly.
Yep. I feel that too. I feel like, yeah, because she's what, 22?
Yeah.
5 years older, around about that. Yeah, and I'd be annoyed if someone held me up at this age.
And I think then we cut over to like we have this dense, thick fog going on, and I think you're just coming around the back, Robin, and it's the kind of weather where is it the moistness of the fog that's like creeping up your trousers to make it really uncomfortable, or is it actually a light drizzle that's coming down and can't quite decide which of the two it is?
Yeah, I think it's actually like a drizzle a little bit. You're not sure at first, but I mean, then you like put your face up and it's Yeah.
Yeah. And as you so coming around the back, you see Gwyn and Ben coming down, and they're like on the way to narrow walkway on the side. They're heading towards you. Ben definitely on your side, and he's like not even paying you a look of any attention or something, but you already know he's going to be shouldering into you. What do you do?
I mean, I think I like ignore that what I think he's doing, and then just like say hi, like hey, what's up? You tired or something? You look a little.
Hey, what's up with you? And he gives you like this look up and down that's kind of like, why am I wanting to be paying attention to you right now? And Gwen's like, hey, what's up? And like immediately like kind of elbows him in the side and is like, hey man, let it go. And she pulls him along and gives you like a kind of shrug that's like half apologizing. Ben was kind of like definitely like, yeah, no, he wanted to kind of shoulder you out of the way, and you like stepping back and like being all high and friendly, kind of, yeah, that didn't sit right with him. What's the thing about Gwyn though? Like, how's Gwyn like rebelling? Is there something she's wearing that's not quite up to the dress code that's expected, or?
Yeah, I think she's wearing something white, which is a bad move because it's a little drizzling. It's not like it's raining, so it might not be a problem, but it just like seems like a risky choice.
Going with like the white shirt and the coloured bra.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Neon pink bra.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Nice. Do you like they're headed just to the school next door, right? Are you heading there with them, or are you giving them like space?
I think actually I'm just like I put on my headphones and just like walk like 10 steps behind them. Mm-hmm. Can't be bothered to. I mean, I'll have my socialness for the day. I think Robin he likes to like have his morning walk alone for a few meters over the school and just like go into class if he's on time, which he is today apparently.
Yeah, and as you're heading there, there's like a car pulls up. What kind of car would Kenza be driving, by the way? Do you have an idea, Sophie?
That Kenza might be driving.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna be a Fiat 500 girl. Straight up there. Yep, that's the car.
Nice.
And she got it right when it was like a pain in the ass to get a hold of.
Oh yeah. She didn't use magic for that at all. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and you see that pull up, and Tress and Nessa get out of the car, right? And like there's almost no time spent on waiting. That the car immediately pulls off again, right?
Yeah. And then maybe like Nessa could be like, I forgot my lunch in her car or something.
Yeah. By the way, how's like your you're all school uniforms? Are you all proper and set up to be proper and dapper in them, or is there something off?
Is this like the original like kind of school blazer?
I don't know. What's the school uniform like? That's an interesting question as well. Do you have a specific idea?
So when I went to school, we had a strict uniform from the age of like 11 to 16. And then for that last year of like the GCSEs years, you had black and whites. And you could kind of wear anything, but it had to be formal black and whites. And then we had sixth form, which was...
Yeah. There's just this thing that... and I think a letter went around to like to everybody that that will be paying more attention and want all the pupils to be being to be adhering more strictly to the
You know what
code.
it is? We've got an Ofsted inspection at the start of the year. Ofsted is like the body that goes around and inspects schools and like rates them.
Yeah.
And whenever they turn up at your school for an inspection, like all the teachers go into like hypermanic mode.
Yes.
Like everything has to be perfect.
Yes, I like that. And there's like this big gate that this big metal gate that's open most of the day. And is open right now, and as like you see this Robin and Tress that Gwyn like stops and immediately shrieks back and is like kind of hides behind the wall again, and is like, oh shit, and Tress, you see like well, Mrs. Powell, the headmistress, right? She's standing like at the top of the stairs that lead into the front entrance, and is like having a look over everybody who's coming in, and apparently like pulling aside whoever is not quite. Hey, camera.
Oh no!
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gwen's like, shit, what do I do? And she like looks around, like looking for someone to help her. What do you all do?
Yeah, I think Robin is worried about his own uniform, to be honest.
Yeah, Tress is one of those girls who's like, so the uniform will be like, you need to have a knee-length skirt. And hers is like just above the knee, showing a little bit of thigh. Yeah, that much of it, yep. And she's like, oh shit, yeah, because all the girls like used to kind of roll up their skirts. So, yeah.
After registration, when everyone's like walked in, roll it up under the table.
Yeah.
Like 4 meters up your thighs, yeah.
Yeah, trying to get some. But yeah, and so she's a bit like, oh god, like I've got to kind of stay out of sight. So maybe she'll go and I don't know, mingle with friends or just kind of blend.
Form like a little group with Robin.
Yeah. I think actually, like when Robin sees you, like looking, like, I mean, I guess like all
Just
other
like-
people here. I think he just like he walks over and says like, "Go after me, you'll be fine."
Okay, she just kind of nods and is like, we just need to stay like out of her sight, just like out of her line of sight.
I mean, she's never gonna let me go in without inspecting. She's after me. I know it.
So you're gonna like self-sacrifice yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you notice like his tie. It's it's a red tie, but it's like on his tie there's a hanging man.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
And I think Gwen is panicking and like looking around, and everyone's kind of ignoring her because they all have their own problems. And there's Kaylee stood there, and she's got this spare cardigan in her hands, and she's like trying to offer it to Gwen.
Oh, it's not like noticing you or just.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see how this goes. So
You
it
can
sounds.
have this if you want. And she's like holding this out. It's like one of those simple grey cardies. It's not quite school uniform, but like she had it in her bag as like a spare layer.
Mhm.
Because the weather said it was going to be like Blair today.
Mm.
And Gwen like it takes a moment, and she's like, oh yeah, wow, yeah, and she grabs it and puts it on, like still behind the wall, right? As Robin, you head first and Tress behind you, is that correct?
Yep, that's how it seems.
Also, am I hearing that, Tress, you're afraid that Miss Powell will pull you out of line, and Robin, you're afraid that it's not going to be you, but Tress, or how is this?
Yeah, I mean, I think Robin is totally expecting to be picked up because, I mean, this has happened before. So yeah, that's the plan. It's like, I'm gonna get picked up. That means she won't be able to pick up Tress.
Yeah, or maybe like Tress is also wearing like too much eyeliner as well, which is probably. Yep.
So I think it just like takes the tie like on the outside, so she it good and well, and then like walk.
God.
Nice.
I
Okay.
feel like Robin's there like adjusting his tie so it's not even tied up properly anymore. Get the attention.
Oh, bless.
Pulling out like his pockets so they're inside out, like hanging down.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my God.
yeah, Miss Powell's like immediately, you come over here. But Tress, I think you need to roll something for us here.
Yeah.
This is our first roll.
Yay, but no.
Must be keep your cool or something, right?
Oh my God.
Do you see in the handouts there's the move sheet?
Yes, basic moves.
Yeah, exactly. Basic moves.
It's, right, what am I rolling?
Well, first, would you read for us Keep Your Cool?
Okay. When you keep your cool and act despite fear, name what you're afraid of and roll with cold. On a 10 up, no, it's 10, it's a bit like 2. You keep your cool and gain insight. Ask the MC a question about the situation and take one forward to acting on that information. On a 7 to 9, the MC will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it.
What
So-
about run away?
Yeah, is run away an option?
Yeah, when you run away, roll with volatile. On a 10 up, you get away to a safe place. On a 7 to 9, you get away, but you have to choose one of the following. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave someone behind.
Yeah, but you're not trying to run away, you're trying to get past here.
Yes. Okay.
This is about being inconspicuous.
All right, so I'm keeping my cool.
Mhm. What are you afraid of? I think we already said, but it's being picked out here by the headmistress, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I have a -1 to cold, so this is going to be great. I want to see what it is. So that's great. Any modifiers? I don't think I have any there. Yay! Oh my God.
Well, so first off, you get to mark experience.
Where is the experience marquee thing?
On your sheet, it's
Oh, then. I've just
On the
on the
scrolled
right
down.
hand side, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking left-hand side. Okay, cool.
So that's the good thing.
No.
So here's what happens, Robin. You're like, she's like definitely picked you out. Like you went in here, you wanted to be picked out, right? And then she's like, then she sees Tress, and she's like, oh. And Miss Tremaine, you, she looks you up and down and she says, just head back straight to my office.
I don't look that bad, do I? Oh.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
like you're being told to head straight to my office, report in there. We'll have a talk afterwards about what's been going on with you, little lady. And then she starts like looking you up and down, and she's like, Robin. And she starts fixing your tie.
Oh god, that's like the most embarrassing.
What do you and I think what happens here is like that Gwen's like Gwen's put on the cardigan, right? And as her mother turns to Robin to like fix up how you're dressed in front of everybody, Robin, Gwen takes that moment to I think she basically grabs you, Kaylee.
We just link arms, and I have become like her human shield.
Yeah, and try to and you move past back on like behind her, right?
I feel like Kaylee is like blushing bright red. She just can't help it, as like she's arm in arm with Gwen and like marching in, and you know, for like one of the first times in her life, fearing attention. Just like, okay.
Yeah. But people don't pay you much attention, so, and you're still blocking the view, and you've got Gwen all covered. So you get past behind Gwen's mother's back into the school. But what are you doing, Robin and Tress? Tress, are you following? Are you like, you're being sent off, right? So you're getting into the school with the expectation that you head straight for the headmistress's office. What are you two doing, Robin? Tress? And yeah, Robin, you're getting like special attention from the headmistress right now. It's super uncomfortable. Like she's like fixing you up, and
oh dear. I'm just gonna head in. Like I think Tress, she's not a bad girl, so she's just gonna do what she's told really, and I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, she's just gonna kind of like look back and like kind of give a like little bit of an apologetic, like I'm sorry to Robin sort of thing, like but thanks anyway.
Yeah, and I think like just as you look over, I think like Robin is like, oh no, don't touch me.
Yeah, I think she literally just like laughs at the little scene, like, and just kind of like walks away, head a little bit down, like, oh.
And what you're hearing as you're like walking away with like your head lowered, you hear like, young man, if you can't dress yourself. How do you respond to that, Robin? So, like you're stepping back, right, not wanting to be touched by that mistress, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, I do. I think, like, what are you talking about? Can't dress myself. Such bullshit.
Oh god.
Young man, your tone.
Is this not a school where you get told off for swearing?
I think that was his warning.
Oh, okay.
Okay, whatever.
Wait a second. What was your last name again?
Owen.
Mr. Owen, you can follow right along behind Triss. That's what.
Yeah, I think Robin's like, well, I mean, this was always going to happen.
Is this like a Monday morning, by the way? Or
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
Start the
right?
week.
That's exactly what you wanted, wasn't it, Robin?
I mean, not really, but now that it happens, I guess,
I guess it
that
is.
seems fun, yeah.
Take the good with the bad.
So we'll see how that goes in a moment. But Kaylee, so you're like clinging on to Gwyn. And you passed her mother. You're inside the. Do you keep clinging? How's this going? Are you?
I feel like they stay like linked in arms, and Kaylee isn't sure when she's meant to let go, and she's just gonna keep holding on until she's told to let go.
Oh. Bless.
So she's kind of like.
Yeah,
I imagine they've got their arms linked, and she's kind of holding on, and she was trying to like even be like bodily defensive as we passed the headmistress.
Yeah.
And then now we're inside. She's gonna like keep walking as if, okay, this is a thing we do now. We hold hands. No, not hold hands. We link arms and we walk through the school. Sure.
I think you're.
Brad.
Yeah, I think. I think you could be turning Gwen on here, like staying close to her, staying.
I think also like she would be keeping an eye out for other teachers, because just because we've got past the headmistress, there's still like every other teacher in the school.
That is
It's
true.
probably being like a hypomaniac today.
You want to read us the turn someone on move?
Oh yeah, I can do. Let me get that open again. Okay, turn someone on. When you turn someone on, roll with hot. On a 10 up, gain a string on them, and they choose a reaction from below. On a 7 to 9, they can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. The reactions are: I give myself to you, I promise something I think you want, or I get awkward and act embarrassed. And this is a hot roll. And my hot is at -1. Cool. And so I guess my input is that I want to stay close to Gwen.
Yeah.
Right?
Like make this be. It's a comfortable situation. Like you two locking arms. Right. That's the idea here.
Yeah.
And that is not something where she's like, once you pass, she's like immediately like, oh, get away from me.
Shrugging her off, yeah.
Or,
I mean, she took Kaylee's arms, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kaylee's like aiming to not make it weird, and she made it weird.
Well, we'll see, right? So, like a little note here. The Roll20 implementation does say fail, but a 6- is a miss, where I get to decide how things go.
Yeah.
And have a reaction. And I might just give you what you want and just way too much of it, potentially. So we'll
Okay.
We'll
I've marked my experience.
yeah, mark your experience. And I think what happens is I think Gwyn is just like her mind is elsewhere. She's like, oh god, I'm glad we got past that, right? And I don't think she even is registering that you're like on her arm.
Yeah, still
right
holding
now.
on. Yeah.
And as she's like talking to herself, like your attention is like on her, wrapped as she's like really she's still clinging onto you as you like round the corner and run into the janitor. And I think the janitor is. So you run around the corner, run into the janitor, who has like a bucket of soap water in there, which like you hit and spill over, and this is his name is. What was I had a name? His name is Old. Well, everybody calls him Old Glenn. But like the sign on his on his overall basically says I think Hawker, so it's Glenn Hawker's his actual name, and it's kind of this old as a correct description, and like he always has like this dreary look on his face, and you round the corner like bump into him. The bucket is pushed over and spills the half dirty soap water into the hallway there, and he just gives you both this looks from one of you to the other, to your locked arms, back towards you, and you get this.
I'm sorry. And she's like trying not to stand in the puddle because she doesn't really want her shoes getting wet.
What are you two doing?
We're on our way to registration.
No, I mean, what are you two doing? And he's like using the broomstick to give a rather rough tap on your locked arms. And he's like has this look of disgust on his face as he's. What do you do?
I feel like Kaylee's very much like nothing, and like just gives him like a filthy look back, like what the fuck, but not vocalizing that.
Yeah, you see him sneering, and I think he's about to like spit at you or at your feet. You're not sure. What do you do?
I think she looks to Gwen for like some
Gwen's
sort of
like,
support or indication of what she should do.
Gwen's like staring at her, like she's got some water on herself, so she's even more of a mess now. Like she's like, she's got the cardigan on, right, but it doesn't really fit her or fit her outfit. Yeah. Her uniform wouldn't hold upon deeper inspection, and how she's dressed underneath would come out if she'd be discovered now. Plus, she's now messy as well, which is also a no-go. Like, can't you take care of yourself, right? That kind of thing. So she's scared, and she's like clinging harder onto you.
I think that Kaylee is just gonna like take a breath and have that memory of that being unable to breathe feeling. And she's just gonna just walk as fast as she can past this guy, like with Gwen still attached to her arm. Just get away from the danger. She has to keep going forward.
Now it's a runaway. Yes,
she's gonna go forward.
I think now it's a runaway.
Okay.
Do you want to read that to us?
Sure, I can read that. So run away. When you run away with, you roll with volatile. On a 10, you get away to a safe place. On a 7 to 9, you get away and you choose 1. Run into something worse. You cause a big scene, or you leave something behind.
Maybe someone.
Or someone. All right. So a volatile. I also have a -1 to this, so we're rolling all of my good stats today.
I am scared for you.
What is up ahead? Is there like science labs up ahead, the drama rooms, the form rooms?
Yeah, it could be any of those.
Okay, I imagine, let's see, we've gone in. We've turned. Maybe we're heading towards the science department. I feel like the science department's done this way. So she's going to go into like one of the little cloakrooms outside the labs where you can shove your bags because they don't like you taking your big bags into the lab rooms. So like that's where she's going to go hide. Is in like the little cloakroom. No modifiers.
Oh,
Hey,
Well,
another a miss.
it's another experience.
oh god. We are rolling so well. I'm proud.
And you pull. You're pulling.
Yeah, she's pulling
Yeah.
Gwen with her. Let's just get out of this situation. She's not used to having like attention on her, and her first thing is, "Oh, actually, I don't like this. Let's go. Let's not be in attention anymore. Let's go to a dark place and hide."
And you're pulling Gwyn with you, and into that dark place, and we hear like the door shut, and Gwyn lets out like a breath of like oh god. We got away, did we? and turns towards you, as you hear like this. What are you doing here? And I think that's where we go for a break.
What?
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 So see you all at 5
Like
after
5.
the full hour. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So, see you. Oh my god.
And here we are. Welcome back, everybody. Okay.
Hello.
I think we get this shot of this old wooden bench right in front of Miss Paul's secretary, where Tress and Robin, you two are sitting and waiting what's going to happen to you.
Wait, what's going to happen to us?
I mean, the headmistress is still busy. The first class hasn't started yet, so you're probably going to be administered when that starts, and she gets back and has time to talk to you. So are you both like sitting there awkward and uncomfortable, or what are you doing?
You should, it's like a couple of chairs outside the head teacher's office, isn't it? Or a bench.
Yeah, there's like the
So we're sat there like
there's like the front office where her secretary sits,
and all the other kids are walking by and they're like
you two where like basically the door is open so everybody who walks by can see you. You were like appointed by the secretary. Well, then have a seat over there, my lovelies. And she's like super friendly about everything, whatever turns up here. And you were both instructed to basically sit on that old wooden bench there, where,
It reminds me of like, you know, when you put someone like those old stocks in like medieval times, it's that kind of public humiliation.
It's definitely a part of this, yeah.
Oh
but
god!
Do you care? Or
No.
I mean, stressful a little bit because she's still a good girl. She still gets good grades and stuff, you know. She tries her best. But she's going to be like fidgeting with like her bracelets and things and just like, I've never been to the headmistress's office before kind of thing.
I think Robert is like, oh man, this is such a bad learning environment. My mother says that the English school system is stupid. I agree.
Are you saying this to me? Yeah. I think Tress kind of like laughs a little bit and like feels a little bit like better that someone's here with her. So she's like, Tress sorry, kind of like you got caught. Yeah, that wasn't meant to happen.
No worries. And I think like he's stuttering a little bit what to say, and like then says like, well, I mean, she hates me anyway.
Oh. Have you been here many times then, or?
Yeah, a few. It seems like every time I have a complaint about something and I say it to the teacher, or don't use Mr. or I don't know. Whenever she finds an excuse. I almost think she likes me. But that's a little weird, isn't it?
Maybe she does. And it's just kind of like, she's just kind of trailing off because she's like, we don't talk loads, I guess. I don't know, we've never been like together on our own sort of thing. But yeah. It's just kind of like...
What are you afraid of this is about, Tress?
My eyeliner. I don't know. I don't think anything else has happened. Like, I mean, there was obviously like the boyfriend Lauren thing, but Lauren and Polly, but nobody knows that was her, right? Flash can explain that. So.
And Robin, you're trying to take the edge off of this for Tress. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, and I think like I think there's like a little silence after Robin says that, and I think like eager to fill that silence, awkward silence, with something. I think he takes his hand like a little awkwardly on Tress's shoulder. It's like says like, I mean, coming to her office once is It's gonna be fine. Don't worry.
And she kind of looks at you and she just kind of nods, like, thanks. And she feels a bit better, like she feels a bit more reassured.
Are you turning her on,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can turn it on roll.
I mean,
Robin's got a positive modifier to his, so
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Robin is hot.
I got positive modifiers to mine too.
yes.
Nice. So on a 10 up, you gain a string on them, and they have to choose a reaction from below.
Oh, okay.
So, Tress, you need to either choose I give myself to you, I promise something I think you want, or you get embarrassed and act awkward. Before you answer, though, I also have a question. It does come across nice, right? Or comforting, at least.
Yeah.
What Robin's doing here.
Yeah. Reassurance.
Yeah. You got someone on your side there with you.
Yeah. There we go with this.
So which one do you pick?
I don't think I'm going to give myself to you just straight up. Probably more likely get embarrassed and act awkward. Or
What's that look like? Are you like blushing now?
yeah, she would be. Yeah.
Getting like, I mean,
She'd be like, he's touching my shoulder.
yeah. Like it's
Like
like
you
do you look like down and you see like his hand? And what's nice about Robin's hand?
He has soft hands. I don't know. He probably washes his hands a lot in the coffee shop, and I'm just like, soft hands.
Soft hands and well groomed.
Yeah. But yeah, no. She would definitely, get embarrassed and act awkward because she's like, what do I do? And she's like kind of fidgeting more with her bracelet sort of thing, and is like looking down more, like definitely red.
Yeah.
She probably does what I do when I blush, which is like everywhere goes red. Like my cheeks, my forehead, just red.
Nice. We cut away here, and I have a question for you, Kaylee. How well do you see in the dark? I mean,
I don't believe Kaylee is particularly good at seeing in the dark, and she's just come out of like one of those bright hallways this morning. It's probably because it's autumn. The sun's always really low in the morning as well, and you get it like right in your eyes. And I think she kind of came in here kind of a bit dazzled. She was busy elsewhere, and her eyes haven't really adjusted to the dark of the cloakroom.
there's like, for a moment, there's like this rasping voice, like a voice that's trying to recover from something. And it's kind of like, oh, Kaylee. And you look over, and even though it's dark, you can clearly make out the silhouette, or not the silhouette, more the portrait of a face with blue hair. And then there's like a sudden other motion, and what? Who's there? And a light switch gets flipped, and both of you have like Victor right in your face, who's like all flustered.
Is Gwyn in here as well?
Yeah, you pulled Gwyn in, and behind Victor is obviously Amaris, who you were able to make out in the dark for some strange reason. But now you have like Victor's like with like the shaven head and the broad shoulders, but like his shirt is like half open and disheveled, as is like Amaris's hair, you notice. And Victor's like all, what are you two doing here up in your face? What do you do?
Just getting out of the way. and she's gonna try and back up. She doesn't
Against
want to
the
be,
rock, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he looks like he'd be like down to punching someone, or shoving someone, and he might not just have done so because, I mean, still two girls, and he's this big fellow, right? And he looks back, kind of with this panicked, with this slight panic in his eyes to Amaris and back at you. And I think that's when like Amaris like reaches out and like puts a hand on his shoulder and like, hey Victor, it's okay, right? And Amaris like looks at the both of you and they're like, you two not going to say anything, are you?
We didn't see anything, and she's gonna slowly, I think, like still like arm in arm with Gwen. Like we haven't even had time to break that. Just kind of angle towards to go back out.
And Gwen's like, what, you two making out in here? Just like blurting it out like that.
Yeah.
And Amaris like puts a hand forward and says, yeah, you promise you didn't see anything?
I didn't see anything. And Kaylee is talking to her feet.
Um,
And I think there's like, I don't know how she feels about what she's just seen either.
yeah.
Like bad feels. But she's just focusing on getting out of the way of Victor, who is intimidating, scary feels.
Yeah, definitely. And
getting Gwen out because Victor's being an asshole.
yeah. And Amaris is definitely taking a string on you for that promise.
Okay. But like as Kaylee like raises her eyes from her feet and like looks to Amaris, does he look okay?
Yeah, he has this, or they have a soft expression on their face.
So they.
And it's just there's like this intensity and this like in the moment present look on their face.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've got it together.
Yeah, they're fine with what's going on.
Yeah, but they're like with this intent look, like looking at Gwyn until like Gwyn starts to blush, and then they look at you, and how are you responding to this? Is like definitely Amaris being like getting confirmation on the promise, right? And like looking straight into your eyes. How do you?
She holds his gaze, their gaze for a second, and then.
Oh yeah, you're definitely looking into the abyss now.
Yeah. And then, like the eyes just go back to the floor, and she's going out the door. She's done. Like, yeah, no, I didn't see anything. It's fine. And like make sure like her bag's on her shoulder so she has no reason to come back in here ever again for the rest of her life. This room is dead to her now.
But you're still, yeah. We want to read Gaze into the Abyss for us because you're looking into Amaris's eyes.
Yes. Where is that?
It's on the move sheet in the middle.
Oh, I see. Sorry. When you gaze into the abyss, name what you're looking for and roll with dark. On a 10 up, the abyss shows you a lucid vision, and you take one forward to addressing them. On 7 to 9, the abyss shows you confusing and alarming visions, but I accidentally closed the sheet and I can't read the end of the message. But you get your answer nonetheless.
So there's a moment here, just to be clear about this, there's a moment here where you feel that draw when you look into Amaris's eyes. You can still look away if you don't want to do this.
But
if you have a thing, name what you're looking for, the move says, right? You can name it here and keep looking into their eyes.
I think in that moment while she is holding his gaze, she's looking for an understanding of what is going on, their relationship with Victor. their relationship with Kaylee.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they are someone that is important to Kaylee. So
Awesome.
was that dark?
Yes.
Yes. I have a +1 to dark. Succeed.
Nice.
An 11.
All right. So on a 10 up, the abyss shows you lucid visions, and you take 1 forward to addressing them. So 1 forward will mean if you need to roll for addressing them, you get a bonus of 1 to your roll there. 1 time. Next time you do, make a roll, and that.
So next time it's something to do with her relationship.
With her relationship, or you named like what's the relationship among the people in this room, kind of.
In the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you get that, and Amaris is like looking at you, and it's like, it was really you down at the cove that night, wasn't it? I saw you, but I wasn't sure. Now you're back. And you see, like, his other hand is, like, kind of, like, stroking Victor's neck. And Victor seems kind of, well, not completely out of it, but not registering this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Gwyn next to you is, like, completely flustered and, like, also, like, yeah, we need to go, and that thing just happened between you two,
which might be relevant, which is unresolved trauma. Whenever something brings to mind your death, you choke up and gain the condition traumatized if you don't have it already. Whenever someone helps you resolve this condition, you both mark experience.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of relevant.
I think
I imagine that's the night at the cove he's referring to. So I gained the condition traumatized, and I don't know what that means, but the thing.
And to be like explicit about this, the relationship between Amaris and you is that he's completely aware and can see you, and seems to know what you are, even if you don't. That's like on a player level. Yeah. So they might be able to answer you questions, potentially. Who knows?
Okay.
Their relationship to Victor is not a balanced one. Victor seems to be like plaything, charmed by them, something like that.
Yeah, it's just like casual for fun.
Yeah.
Because Amaris can.
Because Amaris can, yeah. And then you're like, I think you feel Gwyn like take your arm. Okay, let's go. I think the hallway is clear now. And we see you like you two like run down the hallway as like reaching like the classroom door as like the bell.
Yeah, I think we're heading for like Mr. Smith's room for registration.
Yeah, exactly. Question here though, so you have two things. You now have the condition traumatized.
Yes.
One part is like I kind of want to know how do you feel that reflects in yourself at this moment, like how that might express itself, and on the mechanics side, if someone fictionally angles to take advantage of a condition, they get a bonus to a roll that they do. So just for everyone to be aware of, Kaylee has traumatized, and you can take advantage of that if you want something.
I think the way this manifests is anyone who actually like tries to address Kaylee, she's really just like spaced out and she's stuck in that loop of trying to process something that doesn't make sense. And there's like a fear associated with it, so she'll just kind of she's extra vacant, even though few people notice her, or even when they do, she's just like not really there, just staring out of windows or daydreaming, more likely to bump into people.
Mm-hmm.
Just that lack of presence and awareness, I think, in the moment. And I think she probably bumps into someone on the way with Gwyn as they're kind of charging down the corridor. They're probably taking the long way around to avoid the corridor where the bad dude was, janitor was, going the long way around, but they've got to hurry because, you know, registration's coming up and they've made it this far. They might as well get to registration without getting sent to the headmistress's office.
Yeah. Hey, join me.
Yeah, they kind of bump into someone, and then when they get in the classroom, that's when I think Kaylee will just let go of the arm. She doesn't even think about it. Like, she's disassociated from Gwyn now.
Mm.
And we cut back to the headmistress's office. She comes in like briskly, right, and is like immediately going, Miss Tremaine, with me.
Oh boy.
So Robin, you get to like kind of watch, like there's this window into her office, so you kind of get to watch and potentially maybe make out at least the louder words that are being spoken, right? And she just points and says, sit down.
And Translate properly sits.
No, young lady, you're not just here because you're that makeup. It's a lot. You know that, right? She turns to like there's like a locker at the side that she unlocks.
Oh God, no.
Throws like a glance back over her shoulder at you. What do you do?
Just be like, please don't make me take it off in class, like here now. I won't wear it tomorrow. Please just don't make it like over and down my face.
She raises an eyebrow. No. I don't want that kind of theater here. You're pretending to be all
theater?
upset now? Is that what we're going for? Trying to play the victim here?
Just please don't make me remove it in class or in school even. I promise I'll come in with less tomorrow.
This is when she turns around and holds up a plastic bag, and inside the plastic bag there is a knife. We found this in your locker. How do you explain that, young lady? She like tosses the bag onto like the desk so you can clearly see it's clearly Marcus's knife.
Oh, for fuck. This isn't mine. Like, this honestly isn't mine. I could probably...
Then how do you explain that it ends up in your locker? Miss Germain?
So unless
knife? Do you know how serious this is?
Someone probably posted it for the little grill bits at the front. That's not mine, though. Thanks, Charlie.
She sits down and looks down.
Honestly not mine. Like, take it for fingerprints to the police station. It's not mine. My fingers have not been on that. I've never seen that before in my life.
Oh, you're lying. Because you know this is Marcus's knife.
And I know that. Okay, all right.
I think you need to keep your cool here if you don't want to be caught by a lie.
I'm not a cool person. Is it a crime to turn the teacher on? I mean, I could do that.
Yeah, you can try to shut.
I'm pretty sure there is a crime associated with it.
Okay. So yeah. So what if I got a state when I keep my cool? What's my fear? Getting expelled, getting like sent to the police.
I mean, the fear is you're being caught in a lie here, probably.
Okay.
With the consequence, what? Yeah. Do you have the like? Is your fear actually like? It can be an unreasonable fear that you're ending up in jail after this in juvie, right? They're gonna send you straight there. Is that what Tress is scared of?
I feel like when you're younger, like every worry is like
that's gonna end up on your record, right?
Yeah, like you just go to the like upper end of the scale, like it's like the worst possible thing that could happen, sort of thing. Yeah, I don't really want to sell out my classmates, so I'll stick with it. Because Marcus might do something to me with that knife. So yeah, am I rolling cold? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Nice.
Oh my god!
You do it.
We've all succeeded once.
So, on a 10 up, you keep your cool and gain insight. Ask the MC a question about the situation and take one forward to acting on that information. Okay. So you can ask me anything about the situation. I'm going to answer truthfully. Yeah.
You fell on crit, by the way. You did double sixes.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Awesome sauce. How did that knife get in my locker? I can probably then use that information against Marcus and be like, put this knife.
Yeah, that's a good question. How did that knife get into your locker?
And then I can prove my innocence. So I guess Robin sees this knife being pulled out.
Yeah, I think... No, I think you remember something that like was so and I think the thing you remember is I think the thing you remember is that there was this thing where you had this altercation with Victor, who was like being all like super macho and being all like demeaning to, I think, to Polly. And you stepped in to shut him down basically, and like called him on that he probably should better shut up the way he constantly smells, that kind of thing. And
wait, what was he on to Polly about?
He was on to Polly about some demeaning stuff about
something not really relevant, sort of thing.
Not really relevant, just picking on her on something, and you stepped in as her friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you did that, like you saw this like look come over his face where like he's prone to anger, and as he like went for you, it was actually Marcus who stepped in with like a hand to his chest to like give, right? This was like then like a guy giving another guy pushback on like, what are you doing here? Come on. But Victor wasn't having it. And as he went to punch Marcus, I think Marcus kind of just sidestepped, and the whole thing turned into an embarrassing episode for Victor. So he like punched one of the lockers or something like that, right? And or lost his footing, and everybody laughed. And afterwards, he just stomped off.
So now you're either being set up by Victor, or Marcus has given you protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So because you rolled your 10 plus, this must be like some kind of revenge thing, like that he's blaming you, not Marcus. But it's cool to also throw Marcus under the bus potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Victor's trying to get back at you.
Oh, for goodness sake.
It's gonna be a hard thing to prove to the headmistress, but you're seeing that she's like, all right, Mr. Tremaine, go to the bathroom, wash off that makeup, and if you know something who might have done this, you let me know, all right?
Can I like, tell her now? Just be like, I have an idea, because I stuck up for a friend, and someone kind of got in an embarrassing situation because of it, and I think now they're out to frame me or get me into trouble or something. But honestly, I wouldn't own a knife. Like, I would honestly prefer some eyeliner. And
like she can't hide, she, that this does make her smile in that situation, which she quickly then suppresses again, and is well, it's serious business. If you know anybody who this knife actually belongs to, you would tell me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, you can go now. Send Robin in, please, as you leave.
Okay. So yeah, I leave and just be like, it's your turn in the spotlight, Robin.
Yeah, he walks in.
And yeah, Tress is going to go to a homeroom and hope she's not like too late for registration, basically.
Robin, you're gonna get like the usual talking to here, so
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what you hear, Tress, as you leave, right? And as you're heading back, Tress, towards actual to the form room, right? As you're about to reach, there's someone you recognize that's coming the other way, and like he's like looking around, and he's like got like a piece of paper, and which is going to turn out to be like a floor plan of where all the different classes are. Like he's trying to find his way. And it's that new neighbor kid that moved in.
That one.
Yeah. So you recognize him, and you've seen more than would be expected of him, right? Or what was that situation?
Yep. So Tress knows he has a good baguette, as it were. This is Jean, but I don't think she knows his name yet. Is it Jean?
Jean, yeah.
I
don't know if you know his name actually.
You
probably don't. You don't even know his name, but you know.
But I've seen.
But you know his John.
It's a bit like, this is really awkward for me, but he has no idea, and it's like that awkward.
Oh, does he or doesn't he? Like, what actually happened?
So, Tress was at the beach one day, and she was with her sister Nessa, and they were kind of like sunbathing, but the sun isn't really out. Like it never really is in Cornwall, except in like the height of summer. And yeah, they were just hanging out on the beach together, maybe like reading or something, because sometimes they get along. And then John comes down, maybe with some, I don't know, maybe he has friends here, or maybe he's got some like transfer kid friends, like maybe they come from the same school or something. And yeah, he
I think John was alone.
Okay, he was alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was there. And you were lying on the beach, or
like behind some rocks, so you know there's like, so there's the beach, and then you got like some rocks over here.
So you're nice, like
going in.
protected from the wind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people can't really see you that well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he went swimming without a swimming costume or shorts. And yeah, Tress and Sister Nessa were like with their sunglasses, like, oh damn.
Yeah. So and he's like, oh, excuse me, are you looking for Mr. I'm looking for Mr. Smith's class. Aren't you? Where aren't we neighbors? Hello, and he he extends a hand, expecting you to shake it. I'm Jean. I think.
Shake it like. I'm Tressa. Yeah, I'm also in Mr. Smith's class.
Nice to. It's lovely to meet you, Tressa.
Tressa, yes. Tress. But yeah, yeah, come along with me, and I'll take you to class. I'm a little bit late, but that should be okay. Class should be still in session. Fine. Yeah, so walking down the corridor to Mr. Smith's, then I guess.
Yeah, this was basically right at the.
She's just kind of like giving
door.
it this the entire time, like, I've seen. Okay.
Is that what you like? What jumps back into your mind every time you look at him or glance at him?
Yep. Until like he does,
and he gives you like the sweetest smile.
And you're like, oh, I have seen. Okay.
So when you arrive, you're all flustered. Is that it?
Yeah, and like after what happened with Robin as well, and the knife thing, I think Tress is just a mess. She's just like, her makeup's probably a little bit smudged, and like she's got like the black under her eyes sort of thing. But
yeah,
fine.
And yeah, you
going. I'll take my seat, and I'll say to Mr. Smith, like, this is Sean, and like,
oh yes, John. Very very nice to meet you. And then he turns like to everybody. Everybody, this is Jean is her name, right? He's our exchange student from France this semester. And then he looks around. I think, well, that's you can take that seat over there, right in the middle. I think, yes, become part of the group.
dear.
And he looks around, and Jean is like, you've like already found your seat, right? And John comes like and gives you this the smirk. Oh, funny that we're sitting next to each other thing.
Funny.
has like this swagger, and like puts his bag down and sits down in the seat, throws you another glance, and you keep blushing and blushing.
And I'm just in a mess here. I'm just like melting down. Like, oh yeah, don't forget there's like Quinn behind as well.
Yep.
Okay. As soon as Robert gets here, it's just gonna be.
Yeah, and there's like Victor is to its other side, and seems rather also not quite with it. But I don't know if you notice.
No, I'm too caught up in my own.
Yeah. Quick check-in with you, Robin. So this is not the first time, right? So it almost sounds like this is this a game that's been going on between you and the headmistress? Or what is this like?
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit. Like Robin doesn't. I mean, he just doesn't want to like let her win.
Yeah, and you don't want to conform to the rules, right?
No. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're stupid.
Yeah, and she's like, this is already your last strike.
I mean, you're gonna send me to prison for life?
Prison. If you keep this up, you're going to be failing class. That's what's going to happen.
That would be pretty stupid, wouldn't it? Since I have very good grades, you're just gonna fail me for being rude. It's so stupid.
Yeah, you're definitely trying to shut her down.
Yes. And I am -1 code, so let's go. Well, could be worse.
So, you want to shut someone down for us?
Yeah. When you shut someone down, roll with cold. On a 10 up, choose one from below. On a 7 to 9, choose one from below, but you come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return. Yeah, seems appropriate. They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, you gain one of them. They gain a condition, or you take +1 forward.
So you get to choose.
I mean, it would be kind of fun to have a string on them.
Yeah,
a string on the headmistress, yes.
Yeah, and I think right, the string here kind of is probably that I mean, yes, you're right, you're doing fine with your grades, and it's just a behavioral thing, so there's a limit to how much discipline she can enact in a sensible form, or without like raising actual ire with your parents or other authority figures.
And I kind of think like that she has taken contact with my parents, but they don't care either.
Yeah, and she knows, like, yeah, I mean, she can give you detention or something like that, but that's not helped in the past either. So you're more like a nuisance to be managed, and you know this is the thing.
Yeah, and that gives me a string.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have that much power over me.
Yeah. But she does write you like this orange slip that you're supposed to hand to your teacher, and which is like a clear like it's a clear mark on your record, and I think I'm going to give you the condition
punished.
No. I wanted to be the condition that is how would you call that? That you're now basically on
reprimanded.
Yeah, like
supervised, watched.
Yeah, like but what's a good one here? Like, it's kind of on probation, right?
Yeah.
Because conditions are essentially a social status. So when you come in with the orange slip into class, everybody will know.
What about on final warning?
Yes, on final warning. That's a good one. Thank you.
Oh, I was gonna say like bad boy or something, like, there's always like that bad kid in class.
Yeah, but this is going to be about like right, if someone wanted to get into a fight with you, the
yeah.
consequence for you would be much worse than for the person getting into a fight with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, on final warning, whatever she's going to do actually after that, you're now put on final warning. And other kids will interpret that, right? Maybe more severely.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's how you return to class.
Yeah, I come into the class, I take the notes like in front of everyone. Yeah, I'm also, of course, the latest.
Yeah.
And just take like my orange slip and there's like boom, on the desk of the teacher.
And I think Mr. Smith just gives a sigh, right? I think Mr. Smith likes your performance, your school performance, and it's like, this is so unnecessary. Something like he mutters under his breath to himself. By the way, what did we say Mr. Smith teaches this class?
So he's our form tutor, so we see him for registration periods, but
Yeah.
I don't know what he specifically teaches, and he could be our teacher for a subject as well.
History. He sounds like a history teacher.
He
Yeah,
did say history, right?
I'd like it to be
I had, like-
history because I have like, there's of course must be like a snapback comment on him saying like this is unnecessary, and I think like Robin says like that would any establishment would say before a revolution, Mr. Smith.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like the modern politics and history teacher.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
That's good stuff. I like that.
Nice. Yeah. So, yeah, you sit down, and I think this one will have like our second break and go before we go into the last hour and actually see what class is like, or what else might be going on.
Oh yeah.
Okay. See you all around in probably at the top of the hour.
Yeah. Bye.
And we're back.
It's us.
Yeah, so
Here.
class starts, and here's the thing, though. Tress and Robin, at some point during the day, you'll notice that someone's taped a slip of paper underneath your desk. Who do you think would be the first to notice?
Someone's tricked something under my desk. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
On each of your desks, there's like a slip of paper. Who would notice
I
of you first?
don't know. Maybe Polly would tell me that.
Does Tress cross her legs?
Oh yeah,
So the second you get a change which way your legs crush, and you would probably hit.
yeah. You probably brush it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She would do that. Try and like roll down the skirt a little bit or something. But yeah.
And there's like a note scrawled onto it, and
What does it say?
it says something. I think it says something akin to there's not gonna let a little mishap like that get in the way. Got a reputation to uphold.
Bizarre.
And it says like you in, or no, it doesn't ask this. It's a with this you're in to exclusive beach party. Signed L.
Who's L? Instant.
It must be
is it
behind
Lauren?
you, Lloyd.
Oh, Lloyd. Oh, it could be Lauren.
That's probably not Lauren.
Lauren's not in this class, is he?
Yeah, Lauren is I don't know how much you know about what's up with Lauren ever since the thing that happened.
Yeah, no, he's probably not.
Yeah,
I imagine he's not even in this class to
he's
begin
not back, and Polly doesn't like to talk about Lauren for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Okay, so it's from Lloyd. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. She's gonna be like, "Oh, and pocket that."
Robin, you oh, Tress, you also noticed Polly didn't have something like that stuck under her desk.
She didn't.
No.
Oh.
What do you do about that?
Unless she got here before me because I'm late, so maybe unless she had one and.
Yeah, and she's obviously like, right, when you're like, what's this, right? She's like, what you got there?
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, under my desk, sort of thing. Is like Lloyd behind us?
Well, he's diagonally behind you, right?
Yeah.
Looking
So
at
he's
the
behind
signature.
Polly.
Yeah, but I mean, you two often enough during class put your heads together.
Yeah.
The question is basically, do you show her what it is, or
Yeah. I imagine I would, and be like, "Did you get one?"
no? And she's like, I guess.
Oh. It just come along anyway. Like, it's not like it's going to be bounced or something.
I mean, if I'm not, I don't know. If I'm not desired, not wished to be there, it'll just feel awkward and bad, I guess.
But I want you there, so we may as well just go together. Like, I'm a good friend.
Like, she looks uncomfortable.
Okay. If you don't want to come, that's okay. Like, we can go, like, do something, two of us. Like, I probably won't go. Like,
Yeah, she looks like her face falls even more,
Oh. Oh god, I'm making this worse.
and she's like, "No, it's okay, it's fine."
Do you want to go shopping after school today? Like, I imagine like a thing on a regular basis. Like, we go hang out at the local mall, like get on the train and whatnot.
Yeah, and she's like, "No, actually, I think my mom needs something, and I still need to finish that essay for tomorrow as well. So I better not."
Okay.
She like starts taking notes
Oh.
for whatever's happening in front, right?
Okay. Okay, I guess Tess kind of plays like, oh, that's the end of this, and just starts taking notes as well.
Okay, so you'll leave that at that.
Yeah, I imagine that will come up again later.
Robin, what do you like? You have basically the same, right? It's
Yeah, I think actually Robin doesn't really notice, and maybe Amaris makes him aware of it.
Yeah. How would Amaris do that? Like how's your like sitting together there? What is it like to sit next to Amaris for you?
I mean, I think we get along pretty well. It's like they are a fun person to sit next to compared to a lot of other people in this class. So
yeah, they're always kind of easygoing, and not really spreading like a weird mood or anything, and they seem to be pretty unfazed by your shenanigans with the teachers. Like you're always challenging their authorities, right? That's what I'm kind of getting here or feeling.
Yeah, I mean, depending a little bit on the teacher, but yes.
Yeah, and Amaris is then like I think with a pen like, "Hey, what you got there?" And like pointing.
Yeah, and I think like takes up the note from the desk and is like, I thought we had like WhatsApp groups and stuff.
Maybe it's about the evidence.
Oh well, and I think like he looks at the note and like, oh, it's the same note, right?
Mm-hmm. It says it's basically I think Lloyd would have written you something along the lines of hey, you should turn up to my next party at the beach. I've got a reputation to uphold. Signed L.
Yeah, and I think like maybe like a little too loud. Like Robin is like, yes, and just like it's not like very loud, but like loud enough that the teacher probably would like barely notice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, just looking at your brilliant facts there, Mr. Smith.
And he's kind of looks at you, but then like tries to ignore or like go past that, right? To not be like interrupted. Like, and Maris is like, well, it's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah, I've been missing Lloyd's parties.
Who are you gonna go with?
Yeah, and I think like he looks a little like, I think Robin looks a little, oh, go with? What do you mean? Is this like a...
I mean, it's an exclusive party. I mean, you could turn up just by yourself, I guess. But
And I think actually, who are you gonna go with, Amaris?
I actually haven't picked yet. Who do you think I should go with, huh? And I kind of glances around across the classroom, right? Like kind of glancing, and we get the shot of like seeing like how everybody's like, right? Like we see Marcus in the back, who's like, what the fuck, right? And we see like Ben like kind of lounging and like obviously not staring at the board, but staring like at Tress's back. And we see like Alex like judiciously taking notes and looking up and like almost raising a hand, but Mrs. Smith is like writing something on the whiteboard at that point. So like they gotta wait for actually be able to throw in a question. And Amaris's gaze like also comes to rest on you, Kaylee, for a moment there, right? You always notice when Amaris is looking at you.
And I think as well, she'd kind of just come back from like looking. She was looking towards the windows, kind of staring out, even though it was like all the way across the classroom. And like she'd kind of panned because she'd been thinking about sending him a text message. Them a text message, right? And just like catches their eye and just kind of holds the gaze. Just. And I think, like, wishing she could telepathically communicate in this moment. Like, I've got your attention. Good. I have something that I need to talk to you about.
And what's a thing that you want to talk to them about? Like, what are you thinking there?
I think she's thinking, like, how do you remember that night? Like, what is it you think you know? And I think like there's I don't know. It's a strange thing of like there's a slight betrayal in her mind as well, and just like a need to like talk to this person.
I kind of want to have Kaylee there, but I don't know if I should be the one to take her. It's like Amaris is still returning your gaze, but says that to you, Robin.
Man, the way she looks at you.
Yeah, kind of creepy, isn't it?
I think if she sees Robin like turn in his chair to look, that's when Kaylee just like looks away and like back to what she's doing.
Yeah, and Amaris says this, kind of creepy in the wrong tone, right? Like they say, kind of creepy, don't you think? But there's this smirk or smile in there.
And I think like Robin doesn't really notice like the undertone of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it says, well, you know, when I mean, Tress won't even look at me. She just gets embarrassed whenever I say anything.
Well, why don't you take Kaylee? And like he turns back to face front and like half towards you, and like if you get Kaylee there, maybe I can do something for I mean, like you and Tress. I mean, I see how you look at her, and it's not that weird, strange way Ben does it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kaylee.
Yeah, and I think that's not entirely true, but sure. Robin takes that, I'm sure. It's like, well, okay, I guess I could, and like looks over at Kaylee. She's kind of cute, also. Even though the way she looks at you is still, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm curious. But but things would be way too fixed and nailed down if I asked her. That wouldn't come across well.
Yeah, and I think Robin has this kind of relationship with Amaris that he thinks that Amaris gets something that he doesn't. So I think it's like, oh right, yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Right.
Is there something you would? Do you have? You could ask for something specific here from Amaris, right? In return, or we can leave it open. But if you know something, we could tie this in.
No, I think actually Robin takes his hand and like puts this on Amaris's thigh and says like, appreciate it, man. Like, because he can't do it on the shoulder or anything because the teacher will see it. And I don't think Robin looks at Amaris, at least for now, in a way that it would be weird to put his hand on their thigh.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like that's what it is.
Are you trying to turn him on and not just shake?
Yes, I am a player. Yes.
Mikhail is a player.
God damn.
That's the way hot characters work. You just roll hot until you're bound to let someone down and everything goes to hell.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh my god.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. And I think Amaris like he was expecting you to like kind of shake his hand half underneath and you take it and put it down. And we get this close up of like your hand pressing down on his hand onto his thigh, right? And he looks at you. And there's this thing where like he slips up his thumb to basically return a soft pressure to your hand, and you rest a while like that. You get
oh damn. Player in the house, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he says, and they say, no, I'll got you covered. I'll make sure you get a chance at the party with Tress. And you get in a string on Amaris as well.
Yes.
Why do I feel like Tress is like cattle being sold at a pie or something?
Right. I think
Teenage things.
Kaylee, after the whole like the looking thing and then looking away, she's actually got her bag up on the table next to her because she's got the spare space, and she's like
Hiding.
trying to get her phone.
Uh-huh.
She's like angled it up so like she can type on it, and hopefully not draw the attention of the teacher. And she's gonna text Amaris, and she never gets her phone out in class. Like as a rule, she plays by all the rules. It helps not get noticed, really, and that she doesn't do anything to get noticed. But today, like, she sends a text, and the text message reads, "What do you know? I think we should talk."
Oh.
I imagine like the Robin and the Amaris are having this thigh time, and then the phone like buzzes in the pocket underneath both hands.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I think Amaris, like you see them pulling out the phone to check the message, right? Like underneath the desk, like that, and putting it, just sliding it back, not even turning around to look at you. What do you do?
I zip up my bag and kind of put my head like down on my hands and just stare at the whiteboard, or it would be like an interactive board now, I guess. The teaching board, and just like pretend to pay attention. But I think every time like I try and get like more than a sentence into my brain, it starts just going back to the water and the beach, and I just like space out. And I'm just waiting.
Are you gazing into the abyss again in class?
I mean, I guess kind of in that, because I'm still traumatized and I still really want answers. And
yeah, what would you be looking for though in like doing this in class right now?
I think she would be looking into her memory of that event that evening, and just even trying to like remember Amaris's presence and what specifically they were doing.
Get ready to do that roll, but don't roll yet.
Yep.
Tress, you definitely heard like the under his breath cursing of Marcus, like diagonally behind you. There's gonna be short break like anytime soon now, right? Like too short of a break to like really get up and do much, but
interval.
Yeah. Are you going to like? Are you planning on actually telling him that you know where his knife is, or?
Yeah, she'd probably wait till like lunchtime for that, because I feel like that would be a longer conversation in like the short interval, and plus she doesn't want to do it in front of like the whole class kind of thing, especially with Victor being like right in front of him as well. So she'd probably say that.
You could also slip him a note if you wanted to.
Or could I send a text? Like I assume people in here have people's numbers, or is that just?
I think you can safely assume that. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, though, she's going to take a picture of Jean and send it to Carrie, being like, I failed in saving you a seat, because Carrie sent her a text saying, save my seat.
Nice.
And so she's going to be like, hey, I failed to save you a seat, but there's a new guy here and he has a good baguette.
Nice.
Baguette emoji.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely trying to turn Carrie on with this move.
Yeah.
You're trying to turn Carrie on by making him jealous or something,
Yeah,
or teasing
maybe
him via text and sending like this picture of this.
Maybe Carrie was Tress's crush. Maybe it's like some kind of weird, like, not quite triangle. But yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, you can definitely do that. Let's see that. Wait. Yeah, I want both of those rolls together, basically. But maybe like Tress, you go first. But before we completely resolve it, I also then want the abyss roll from Kate.
Okay.
So Tress, you roll with thought.
Oh, sorry, I'm rolling. Oh, okay. Give me that +1. Oh. Yeah.
Nice. So you definitely gain a string on Carrie.
Heck damn.
And we'll get like how he's going to respond. He can either give himself to you, promise you something he thinks you want, or I don't know, like getting all embarrassed and awkward over text. We'll see.
Is that possible? ...
I think it is. You can definitely send bad emojis.
Oh yeah, just be like, yeah.
Just like reply ...
Yeah, that's yeah. I didn't used to do that at all.
I don't still do that.
I think in this little interval, she's going to plan to speak to Marcus at lunchtime or something. But I mean,
We'll
I think
see what happens then, and if we get there, because I want to have this abyss roll, because that's happening still in class. See how that goes.
But like, she kind of wants to like send a note to Lloyd and be like, who else is going? Who you invited, sort of thing.
Oh, you're definitely getting back a thing with hey, keep it under wraps. I don't want any receipts getting out there. It's an exclusive thing.
Oh shit.
Writes back, can Polly come, please?
She probably does, actually. Yeah, she'd just be like, it's kind of hard sitting next to Polly. Like, is she able to come? She's my best friend.
And you're getting this like an actual
What's wrong with Polly?
UGH, right? That Heartbreak Girl is such a downer, though. You sure?
I don't think she'll come anyway, but she appreciates the invite.
No, but like he's being like cagey about it, but he's like basically asking, you really want to put your name in for Polly here?
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna take a string on you for that. Yeah,
Okay.
Sure, she can come. But,
Cheers, everyone. I'm like miming writing, by the way. Yeah. I want to know if like Ben Quinn is going. I want my drama.
Hey, do you want my role now?
yes.
Or... Okay. Partial success.
Ooh.
On a partial success.
On a 7 to 9, the abyss shows you confusing and alarming visions, but you get your answer nonetheless. Yeah, Kaylee's just gonna freak out at the back of the class. Don't mind her.
Shit. Oh man.
Yes. I think this is what happens. You yeah, maybe we can get like we get these impressions, right? There's like on that night someone built like a little bit of a bonfire on the beach, right? We get like people laughing, people drinking. We see some of the familiar faces from class here. We get this. We suddenly get this image of Carrie that's really well in focus, and he turns around and we can't hear it because he's too far away, or there's other noise, or just you can't hear it. And there's this, like he's mouthing, "Are you okay?" And inquiring with you, but you can't respond. And you're like, you have that feeling like that you can't hear anything because you're underwater. Your mouth fills with water when you try to speak. Like precious air escapes as you try to like call for help for Carrie. And then like he seems to move farther and farther away, and like you even spread your hands out towards him, and he seems to, like, everything else seems to vanish, and there's this dark blue and
Did I see like Amaris at all in that?
no, you see Carrie vanish. What you see, you then feel an arm around you, and that's when you like suddenly, like, very close. It's Amaris that's holding you in the depths, and they look you over, and they're like, well, You weren't supposed to come. And then they're like gone, and then you're back in the classroom. Only like your hands are shaking.
I think she probably,
your entire
like,
desk is drenched.
starts to cry as well. Just like a really overwhelming thing to experience.
Yeah, and we see like that, like there's like it's not a heavy sob, right? It's like a low
It's like a sniffle, like a
sniffle. Yeah, and like there's water dripping from your hand. Your desk is soaked. There's like a puddle underneath and you're like your clothes seem dry, but everything around you is as if you've had sat down like completely soaked coming out of the rain or something.
I think
one
holding up
seems to
her
have noticed yet.
shaking hand, and it's like dripping, and it like drips onto like a few notes she has made all class. And she'll just kind of stand up slightly abruptly and just be like, I need to go to the bathroom, and just weave through the desks, not even wait for permission, just weave through and out the door of the classroom.
You're running away.
Yes.
You're not really waiting.
Please free me. What did I have to roll for that?
Volatile.
Volatile.
When you run away, roll with volatile. On a 10 up, you get away to a safe place. On a 7 to 9, you get away, but choose one.
Oh, I just realized I had that forward that I could have used on my gaze into the void. That would have made it a 10. Oh well. That would be a miss.
Well, mark experience. Yeah, we missed that. We should have. That would have counted for that. Yeah.
That's right. I'll just remember it for next time. I'm also traumatized, but I don't think that makes a difference.
Yeah, I think what happens is basically like you try to get away from the wetness and you stumble, and you like you run over. I think you stumble over Elliot's bag, right? And she shrieks back from you. It's like this, like a splash of water on her. And you turn towards the door, and you grip at the door handle, and you can already see like that there, like the hallway behind it is like completely filled with water, and it's like trying to crush you, or like crush in the door, and like this is what happens basically. You spring back from the door, and there's this like wave of salt water that hits you and spills you against the desk. You take 2 harm here. The rest of you like there's this sudden outburst from the corner, and like what's even going on, and Kaylee like rushes towards the door and stumbles, falls, and is like screaming and falls to the floor, and like Rob's bag against the teacher's desk, and Mr. Smith was like completely, oh no, what's happening? Are you all right? What's going on? What do you all do?
Kaylee is openly sobbing, just like face in hands, sobbing with her back against this desk.
Yeah, you're feeling like you're drowning.
Too
all
much,
over
yeah. This is like full panic attack, freak out going on.
I think Robin like grabs his bag because his I don't know phone is in there, and that's the most important thing with the headset. No, save phone. And like takes it over his head and tries to like hold on to the window if there's water coming in, whatever.
Oh, you don't see any water.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
Well, in Kaylee's head.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think just like say to like Amaris, this seemed like such a good idea just seconds ago.
I mean, I wish she should still come, but not like this. What are you doing, Tress? You're muted.
Can I gaze into the abyss as a witch and see like what kind of Kaylee sees, or is that not how it quite works? I'm looking for like what she's freaking out about, basically.
Yeah, could be. Like, we haven't really talked about your witchy powers yet, so that might be a good opportunity. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? So a couple of students like jump out of their seats, like including like Polly, and as you like look over and like in front, like Emma jumps up, who's kind of the closest, and kind of rushes towards Kaylee's side. And as you look over, you see like the puddle on Kaylee's desk and on the floor. That there is an actual puddle of water there.
Oh, like everyone can see that, or just me?
You don't know that, right? So as you like walk over, as they like try to see like try to calm Kaylee or something, and you walk towards her desk, you see that, and like you can touch it, and
is it wet?
It is wet, and it's like enough that there's like on the desk even like a pool that's like a slightly reflecting surface now.
You're like looking for the water bottle that got knocked over.
Yeah, there's like nothing, and I'm just like looking at this water and just like kind of like touching it, like this is real. Where has this come from, sort of thing.
Yeah, and like putting it to your lips, and it's salt water.
Okay.
And I think that is definitely enough to be gazing into the abyss here. But question though, name what you're looking for.
I'm looking for like the source of this water / Kaylee's outburst. Like, why? This is weird. This is, obviously something supernatural. Like, this water is salt water. Where she wouldn't keep a bottle of salt water.
Yeah.
So what's the supernatural connection, sort of thing? I guess. So what am I rolling for that one? Dark. Oh yeah, I'm hella dark. Oh, if I can get to my character sheet.
Yeah, you are breaking up people.
I'm just that all-round troublemaker. Oh, dang it. Oh my god.
So partial.
So I get the alarming. Yay.
Yeah. I think what happens is like you get this feeling, or you're experiencing something similar in the manner of that, like kind of all noise seems to drown out as if you're underwater suddenly as you're touching the water, right? Except for Kaylee's sobbing and crying, and and I think what you feel and hear here is like you get a distinct impression like Kaylee shouldn't be here. She shouldn't be at all. It's like a thing, like it's kind of like, and you hear this like in your grandmother's voice in the back of your head. That's like what you're getting. This is not natural. This shouldn't be. Kaylee shouldn't be. Like this is like you're getting this as something like it's like half a flashback to your grandmother giving you a very distinct, there's certain kinds of magic you do not touch because it's unnatural. It will bring evil into this world. It will ruin your life, the lives of the ones you love, and it all.
So that's what I kind of get. So Kaylee is forbidden magic. Essentially. Okay, she's something just wrong.
Yeah, she's wrong.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Robin, do you actually join in comforting Kaylee, or do you keep away from that situation?
Yeah, I think I do. Actually, I don't know what everyone else is like doing, but I think if like everyone else accepts Tress, is there like any? I think Robin like goes over, and
so Emma's the only one who's doing like any actual like concern or help, right? So when you're joining with Emma there, which is like two people. Like Mr. Smith is completely out of his depths here. Like, pardon the pun. And he's more like, well, everybody settle down again, instead of like actually tending to the person who's in need here, right? So there's like he immediately, when he sees Emma and you like kind of tending, yes, better you take her to the nurse's office and give you leave.
I think already before he says that, I think Robin is like, let's go out of here.
Yeah. So together with Emma, you're leading a completely distraught Kaylee down the hall.
And I think I think this has happened. Like, I think Robin kind of actually knows a little bit about this kind of situation. I imagine like he's trying to like Kaylee, like getting you to talk. So like, are you okay? What's going on?
And Kaylee, you can definitely, like, if you want to respond to this, or like it's up to you if Robin kind of gets through to you.
I think she would probably manage to like squeak out like, I'm okay. And like every time she goes to try and put into words like what she just went through, like she just can't. So it just turns into just like a chant of like, I'm okay.
Yeah, I think Robin like stops you for a second and just like gives you a hug. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
I think she hugs him back and is kind of comforted.
You want to go to the nurse, or you want to get out of here?
Let's go. The last thing she wants to do is go and see the nurse.
And Emma's like, we should go. We were sent to the nurse, though.
Mr. Smith won't check.
And she like nods. do you want me to come with, or? She looks at Kaylee. Are you gonna be okay?
Kaylee nods in reply to that. The are you gonna be okay? Yeah, fine. You go back. Be all right.
All right. I'll report back and say that you've stayed with her. That good? And she she's gonna just say Robin stayed with Kaylee for comfort, and that it's taken care of, so that it's going to be out of Mr. Smith's mind. Where do you go? Where do you take her?
To the Love Shack, of course.
At first, my brain went, what? And then I was like,
Yes.
Is there like a special place in the Love Shack that's...
No, but I imagine it being pretty empty now. It's...
Yeah, do you have like a nice, like there's a comfy corner that's kind of darker and more secluded, so...
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like things around, so I think a lot of like the seating groups are kind of secluded.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty like crowded like space with things a little cluttered.
Good question. The Love Shack, like, is it just like an amalgamation of like completely different seating areas? Like, so there might even be like a corner with like some bean bags.
Yeah, I imagine it being it's not like one room like a cafe, like you would imagine it being. I think it's a big. I think it's like a pretty big house which has like a lot of small rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the cafe, like the counter is in one room, which is like with entrance, and then there's still a lot of like different cooks and
nice.
seating groups around.
And what are you getting Kaylee to? I guess probably food or drink involved with this, right? Like a.
Yeah, I think she'd just ask for like a cup of tea or something. Just.
All right. So I think this actually fires off your move here.
Mine?
Yeah. It's
my unresolved trauma one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think like maybe after the teas come over, like Robin says something, I don't know, kind of funny and like offhanded. Like, I don't know, Mr. Smith's such a prick. He was more panicked than you were, or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
And like that gets Kaylee to laugh, and then she kind of notices that like Robin is noticing her, and like what is bothering her really does matter. It's not just she's a problem kind of thing. It's, you know, he's genuinely taking the time to find out what's wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that helps like bring her back to the now, like, and push away that I'm dead weight. You know, makes her feel more present and brings her back from the trauma. So whenever something brings to mind your death, you check up and get the condition traumatized if you don't already have it. Whenever someone helps you resolve this condition, you both mark experience. So if you feel that is correct, MC.
Yes, I think so.
Perfect. Extra experience.
So you both get XP, and I think this this cozy, like on one hand, the side of the image of Tress feeling has something deeply wrong here, right? And like maybe you're like drying off your hand after having to touch that unnatural salt water. And at the same time, having this very warm interaction between Kaylee and Robin, with Robin bringing Kaylee back into the here and now. That's where we leave off for tonight.
I have one more thing.
Yes, which
I think as they're kind of cozied up next to each other and in the present, Kaylee is going to get a little bit overenthusiastic. And she'll lean in to kiss Robin. in the fact that she's been like recognized and she feels like close to someone and relieved that she's alive and he's
Yes.
hot.
All right. Yeah,
He's
let's
right
get that
there.
down.
Yeah.
That's a turn someone on.
Okay. And that's a
And
hot
a smooch in the first session, maybe? We'll
Maybe.
see.
I don't think so. Alright. That's a hot roll. The partial success!
It
And a
is.
-1. Okay, so with a partial success, let me open that up. Oh, lost it.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm rooting for you too. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like, yeah. I'm also like, but yeah, maybe yeah.
With a 7 to 9, they either give you a string or choose one of the following reactions. I give myself to you, I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward.
Huh.
Or you
Yeah.
can hand her a string.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a very interesting choice, given what I mean, because I guess Robin is nice on accident a little bit here, because I mean he has an agenda also. So, but I think
I do think if you like basically if you give her a string, I think this means you let the kiss happen, but it's not like it's a thing where you're like, okay, it's good now, and like where you control the situation, right?
yeah, I think that but I think what happens is that, because I think, well, that depends. You decide whether what Kaylee actually wants here. But I think what Robin thinks you want is to feel seen. And I think, like, I think he gets a little bit that he didn't used to be popular, so I think like he gets that a little bit, and I think he likes I think that he avoids the kiss a little bit, so it's a little awkward, like it's half on the cheek, but I think like he, instead of like being weird about it, I think he like gives you another like weird hug, and then he says, it's fine. You know what will be fun? You want to go to a beach party with me?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
All the
Even
cool
though the
kids will
beach
be there.
the last place Kaylee wants to go, but sure.
Yeah, I think you probably don't even hear the word beach.
Yeah, I
It's
just
just
hear party.
the party. Yeah. Nice. I like that. So you promise something you think she wants, right? That's what
Mhm. Yeah. Also implied here that I promise that I'll go with you.
All right. Nice.
The machinations of Robin.
Oh my god. She's such a player.
Drama.
Oh my god. I can't wait for this party now.
So much happened
Right?
in this first session already.
Oh my god.
How are you all
Carrie,
feeling?
your inbox, we're coming for you.
Yep.
Going out right now.
Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to ask the last time. Do we want to go around and do like a round of stars and wishes? So that's where we go around and everyone star is naming something that you liked about the session, and then we go around and do wishes, and wishes like something you would like to do or see addressed, or like in the future that we want to get to, right? Like, oh yes, let's definitely have that beach party would be like a wish, which, yeah, you don't have to take that as well. That's gonna happen.
Beach party's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's a wish, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who you want to go first?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
If
I can go first.
Yeah.
Well, for stars,
let's
I
do
think
stars first. Yeah.
yeah, I think I'd like to give some. What is a hard? I want to give stars to one player because that's what I heard is a good practice. So it feels special. But yeah, I think I want to give it to you, Charlie, for that last thing. I think that was cool because it's going to amp up the drama so much.
Yes.
That's exactly what I want. Like,
Yeah, I messaged beforehand to make sure it was okay.
Okay.
This was okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah, that's gonna be pay off so good the next episode, I think. Also, it's so nice to see your character be vulnerable and me feeling a little terrible for being such a horrible.
this is the game.
But yeah, that's what Monster Hearts is about. So yeah, for wishes, I think. Well, I wish for more of that. I think like I want more of putting. I mean, just bring the drama. Like when Robin does stuff, just feel free to catch him on that stupid shit he's doing. Feel free to do that. Don't I'm all up for that.
Nice.
That's me.
I'll get next. So I really liked when Tress was inspecting the puddle and we began to see like the start of her engaging with her witchiness, but all my stars have to go to Victor and Amaris for making out in the cloakroom. Because I did not see that coming.
That's some good shit right there. I wonder how that's going to go down at the party.
Right?
If Amaris takes you sort of in a roundabout way.
Yeah. We've already got a situation that we need a diagram for, and that's what we're doing. And as for wishes... obviously the beach party. And I hope we see some interesting relationship dynamics develop between Robin and the headmistress, because there is something weird going on there, and I'm like, ooh. And also like, yes.
It's like some weird kind of parent relationship there, but also,
I don't know like what I want from it. I just like that was interesting, and he was such a shit, and he deserves to get smacked for it. But yeah. So that's me, and I don't know. I want to go to the beach. I want to explore the village.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah. Guess it's me now then.
Yeah.
So yeah, my stars is let's have a think here. I liked the interactions with Robin, and I don't know where it's going. And also another star was Jean with the baguette. That is a highlight for me. And sending that text to Carrie. I can't wait to see the response to that. And wishes, I want an interaction with Kaylee like we've had now, like an indirect interaction. I kind of want to follow that up. And I also want to I'm going to play the field a bit. So we've got Robin and we've got Quinn and we've got maybe Carrie as well. So Tress is like, oh, these are all maybe interesting boys, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, make me jealous, please.
He sees the drama. He's got it.
Nice, yeah. So star for me. There was so much. Definitely the thing where you messaged Carrie to basically make a roll with the player that's absent, because that's the experimental bit, right?
Yeah.
But also, I really liked the way back in the beginning when we were all still cold, the wreath, the grandmother's wreath on Tress's house. Yeah. And wishes. Yes. I really look forward to, or what I wish for is that thin line between the, we've got the supernatural stuff happening, and that's kind of mysterious and creepy, and that being constantly intersected by the weird relationship stuff. Like, it's kind of an abstract wish, and it's also a thing, like, what I'm trying to go for. And like, I'm going to be super interested in like finding out more about Tress's witchy powers and stuff like that, and how they work, because there's a lot working where we can still like determine there. Yeah.
Yeah, I also want to see hexes. I know I'm cheating, but I want to see them.
Yes.
They will be there. Yeah, I have plans.
Yeah, just you wait, Robin.
Oh, damn, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then we'll go around again. I'll start off, and so we can end with Sophie, I would say. So outros. I'm Matthias. You can find me at mthsblgr on Twitter, and you can. Next up, you can find me on Saturday on twitch.tv/otherdoc on Otherdocs on Jim's channel, running Cold Ruins of Last Life, and which I'm super excited for. That's an awesome game that's going on. And on Sunday, I'm going to be on Katie's channel, Katie Faise, Faise, and I'll be running the next 3 Sundays a tight focus game of Hearts of Wulin, so wuxia melodrama. That's also going to be awesome, with lots of romance and wire action, right? And next Tuesday again, Apocalypse World on Pro Restarters channel, which is shaping up to be a hot mess as well. Johnny?
Great, so I'm at Frost from Fire on Twitter. I play games pretty much every day of the week at the moment. Tomorrow is Friday, which means it's Invisible Sunday. I will be over on Grimjack25102, Greg's channel. Everyone knows who Greg is. On Greg's channel. It's about 2 a.m. for me. I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern. But that's a really fun world, really great game from What to Cook Games. Saturday, I am the analyst, or one of the analysts for RPG Sports. We're on our second round. It's a big charity event. Cash prize for playing competitive D&D. It's been very interesting so far. I think this week's going to be a real good game. And then on Sunday, I'm taking part in Hansi Tweet's charity stream, raising money for the Californian fire victims. I'm playing in the 6 till 9 a.m. Pacific slot, which I think is 2 p.m. UK, be 3 p.m. Euro. And then my week begins again. On Monday, I'm on Scrat's channel, as I am on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I'm on Encounter Roleplay with Warhammer. But I have a pinned tweet that has most of the information on, and everything else I will tweet about to share. So, yeah, that's me doing all the things. And I love this game, and I already want it to be Thursday again because I have drama that I need answers to.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll go next then. I am Mikael. You'll find my handle up there. You'll find it both on Twitter and YouTube. I don't really stream yet, at least, because time and stuff. But you can find a lot of RPG VODs on my YouTube, where I play with the Gauntlet, which is an awesome community that you should check out if you want to play weird games in the privacy of your home. So yeah, I'm gonna play Tall Pines again next Wednesday, which will go
excellent game.
Yeah, it's a Twin Peaks Stephen Lynch super weird crime mystery thing. Yeah,
awesome. And yeah, I guess that it's me. Hi, I'm Sophie. I am streaming a lot more now. I will be, at least. I'm planning on streaming later tonight. I'll probably be dead tomorrow, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll be streaming some Spyro later on tonight, probably about midnight. And what else do I do in the weeks? Tuesdays I'm at Pro Restarter. Wednesdays I am also at Pro Restarter. Tuesdays I'm with Matthias here. Then Thursdays we're here on my channel with Monster Hearts. And tomorrow, that's a thing. Tomorrow is Chronicles of Cascadus. Sadly, I couldn't make last week, but I will be there tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. You can find me there at Capricorn Cross's channel. And yeah, I think that's all I do. Like, follow my Twitter for like ranting about Brexit, because that's a thing now. And other things I happen to be doing, like if I'm going to be streaming randomly Spyro at midnight, as I apparently do now, that's where I'll be tweeting that I'm going live. So yeah, thank y'all for coming out. And I love this game, and I want some more drama. And I wish we could play for longer.
Me too. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.